So today I got a challenge in Honkai Star Rail from a viewer. So on my Phantylia guide, a viewer recently commented asking if I could run through the Phantylia boss fight without using any healers, but specifically using March 7th as my main defensive support. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try, right? So I took some time, it took me like 5-10 minutes, just refreshing the friends list to find a decently built March, because mine isn't built yet. But I did find one, and I'm gonna go into what happened during the run and how I felt about not using a healer in it. But first of all, if you enjoy this kind of Honkai Star Rail content and want to see more, definitely be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. So, the friend March 7th I had, I also wanted to make sure that they weren't E6 because E6 March does get a little bit of healing. So, to stay true to the challenge, I wanted to make sure that the March 7th I was using did not have that Eidolon, and thankfully the one I found after, like 5-10 minutes was at E5, so I didn't have to worry about any type of healing. They also had over 2k defense, which was, good enough for me to be like, alright, their shield should be fine for me to go into Phantylia, and I shouldn't have too much trouble. So, I went in, I did difficulty 4, because even though I am Trailblaze 65, difficulty 5 for weekly bosses is still a little too much for me. I gotta build up a little bit more on my account before I start doing that consistently. But overall, and as you'll see throughout the footage, March's shields were actually very helpful. Because, the main thing that Phantylia does, especially in phases 2 and 3, is the HP debuff, where she reduces your max HP by 40%. And because I'm running a shielder instead of healers, that really doesn't matter to me too much because I'm not going to be healing. I'm just going to try to make sure that I have shields on all my characters as much as possible. And since I was running Welt, Serval, Bronya, and March, I was able to focus on doing damage with Welt and Serval, both of them having multi-target moves, and then also with Bronya to, occasionally give some support as well. So, yeah, with that all in mind, I did have Cleanse of Bronya, but I didn't really use it too much for, the actual, cleanse. I more so use it to either just get another attack in with my damage dealers, or to get another shield up with March, because there were some situations where my shields weren't up all the time, and, thankfully, it wasn't too many. I think having over 2k defense on March made the shield stay up a good amount of time, despite, the damage that Phantylia can do, especially with those, AoEs. Which were definitely, something that wasn't as much of an issue that I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I thought the AoEs were going to be a little crazier to me, but hey, maybe I, was undervaluing March because I hadn't used her that much. But because I was running Bronya, if I had a situation where, a couple of my characters had their shields worn down, I would shield with March, and then I would use Bronya to bring March back and get another shield on the other character. So, because of that, I was able to get through the first two phases, relatively easily. And then, phase 3 was going, fairly well too. But I did end up losing my Serval towards the end, but it ended up not mattering too much because I had shields on the rest of my characters. My Welt was at really low HP towards the end. But he does, he is able to get to the end of the fight. And I was able to do it first try, actually, which is awesome. And I definitely enjoyed doing this kind of challenge, and, if people have more challenges that they want me to do, you can let me know in the comments below. But before I end off, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, because in my Phantylia guide, and just when I've talked to people about the Phantylia fight, I've said that the absolute best way to go about Phantylia is by using a cleanser, and usually your cleansers are going to be your healers, whether it's Natasha or Luocha you're using. They are going to be your best option. But now that I've done it with a shielder, some people might be thinking, but wait a minute. If shielders are going to, be able to keep your team alive, why would I need a cleanser? And the answer to that is, you're absolutely right. If you want to run a shielder, if you have a well-built March, a well-built Japard, you're going to be just fine. As long as they're built well enough, they can take those hits. I also think, Fire MC can also be very good. And yeah, that's, one way you can definitely do it. I do think just in terms of, consistency and being able to, get stuff done, and probably not needing to put as many resources into them, especially for on Luocha's end, having a actual like cleanser is probably a more consistent route to do in terms of being able to get the fight done more consistently and everything like that. But if you don't want to run a cleanser, if you don't want to run a healer, you're just like, I want to run my, fully built Japard, you're gonna be fine. Yeah, even for March too, because like I'm sure this March probably could have had some things that aren't perfect on the build. The March could have also been E6, which would have given me healing as well. But overall, just having a shielder is another way you can do it, and it's really cool that there's different ways you can get through fights. It's not just like, oh, you have to use this one strategy, which is definitely important for a game that's going to be releasing characters over time. So I really am excited to see that, and this challenge was a lot of fun too. So yeah, maybe if I see some more challenges in the comments, I'll see if I'll take them, if I'll try them out, because doing challenges like this and using like a friend support for certain characters I haven't used yet, just gonna give me more experience with the game, and I definitely do like that because I want to get some more knowledge about how characters work and whatnot. But I'm gonna end it off there. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much to the commenter who requested the challenge. If you enjoyed the video and you haven't already, be sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you all next time.